Today we're at the Nissan factory in the engine room. So we've got a good variety of motors here. We've got a 1 litre turbo, which I've never seen before. Looks similar to the E15 ET, but this one's a M18. I love it how they put the horsepower on the rocker cover. It's cool. It's so fucking sweet. We've got the E15. Oh fuck, I didn't know they had catalytic converters back in those days. Oh, we're starting to get into CAs. Fuck, it's called an Ulster, but that's much like a Pulsar. Got a 2-stage throttle body there. Oh. One of the best motors ever known to mankind. Worked on a few of these in my time. Usually the holes in the block aren't quite this big, but a bit of a view not many of you would have seen before. It's a little bit going back in time and then forwards again. The L20 overhead cam, turbo. So these were obviously your 20Es crossflow. You've got exhaust intake, whereas this, it's all on the same side on an L series, which of course makes it a bit more difficult for your turbo. You've got your intake on the top and then your turbo manifolds underneath, which obviously isn't the best for heat in there. And this was the first Garrett T3 that you would have come across in production, which was one of the most popular turbos ever made, to be honest. What have we got here? 4 litre V8, 4.4 out of the President. Sweet, it's got some hearty exhaust manifolds. Love that too, just like the old Chevs, they got the firing order in on the top. Front dizzy. Fuel injection. It's pretty high tech. 18. The B10 Sunny. So this is your 1 litre A series motor, like all the other Datsuns had. 1200 would be the one that most of you would know. Probably the smallest gearbox I've ever fucking seen, to be honest. Cable clutch. Looks like she's seen some action. It's still got the fucking the battery earth lead connected on. The Gloria, beautiful car. Kind of looks like a Falcon or maybe a Dodge of some sort. Some of them had a plate that bolted from the carb down to there to help warm it up when it was cold. This one doesn't have it. In the days before viscous fans, man, these things will chop your fingers. Fucking old school. You know, cast iron thermostat housing. It's a bit of a fucking more of a solid looking gearbox, that one. Back in the days you wouldn't screw your oil filter off, it was a cartridge and you'd just undo the casing and change the cartridge inside. So this is a push rod, the cam's down in there. operating the valves via push rod. Some of you young chaps have probably never even fucking seen that before. You'll be able to see the fuel in there generally. Pretty old school, that is 1963. One of the early Skylines. It's like another Datsun. Oh, this one's I was going to say that's an auto, but that appears to be manual as well. This one runs a generator. That's a generator, not an alternator. That's how it was back in the day. It's quite complete. This one's got the air filter on it, I don't know. It's a fucking pea shooter. 57. That one. Quite a cool little thing, kind of looks like a Ford pop. So this big thing, fuck, this thing's arty. Massive cast iron head. Generator. I'm assuming that's an external oil filter. Fuck, this thing was rusty before they cleaned it. Fuck yeah, this is old school. Solid leads that are like... That's pretty crispy, that fucking old thing. What's this thing? Oh, it's out of a truck. Oh, bro, that thing's badass. That is a big motor. Right, some racing motors now. 1968 R380, inline 6, 2 litre, 254 horse. Great. We've got ITBs. Are they throttled? I don't quite know how they work. Oh, it's a slider. So this thing here goes like that, and that does a slider which in turn slides over all those. So when it's at wide open throttle, there's no throttle blade in the way, it just slides out of the way and they're fully open. That's actually pretty high tech. This thing's bad. Twin cam. The old exhaust manifold's been cut off, but no, this thing here, fuck no. VRH35Z, water cooled V8, over 800 horsepower. Now this, we're starting to get fucking into it now. Fuck, look at the tiny exhaust housing. It's got a massive compressor on it, like a big TO4 style fucking compressor, but the exhaust fucking housing is fucking tiny as. Oh, it's tiny, but it's got a big wheel in it. And huge long runners for fucking high RPMs. And interestingly, they've still got those same looking coils as an RB20 deck. And that's from, what year? 1991, yeah, so they are 20 deck coils. Still running the top feed injectors, like the old 20 deck square plug. We got oh yeah, so plenums on this one. We've got the standard CA18 dead igniters on there. Which if you're a S30 man, you would have seen the old CA18 dead igniters. Massive plenums. Huge long runners on the intake as well for more torque and all that. Couple of 20 deck throttle bodies. So staggered injection, you've got injection that faces into the port, and then further up you've got more injectors that squirt. Probably in the high RPM when the air flows up, it's better to deliver your fuel higher up. It seems like it's got some cylinder pressure or temperature sensors going down into the cylinder. And yeah, there's the other turbo off the other side. So you can imagine the turbos are sitting in here and probably taking a feed from that big vent there on the side. Pretty dope looking crank pulley too. So we're talking 800 horse here, it's fucking pretty horny. Alright, 1992, we've gone away from turbos. We've gone to a V12, 630 horse. So this one's got different coils. We've gone to side feed injectors now. Beautiful exhaust manifold. I'd have to say that that pipe's probably rotated around. It's supposed to be up like that. Starting getting into carbon fibre now. Seems like this one's got normal throttles. It's pretty high tech actually. Got mean loom as well with all those aircraft style connectors. Now we're into 2013. We've jumped forward a few years. This one's a V8 as well. 450 horse, so that's a GT500. So your limiters is what you can do. So we're alloy heads now. Oh, these are alloy heads too actually. It's actually a fucking strange looking motor. The heads are massive on it. So this is all alloy, this motor here. It's called a fucking VRH34B. So you'd have to assume it was probably loosely related to the VR38 in the GTR. Dry sump outlet. All beautiful CNC machining. And intake box is fairly high tech too. It's got a JPS carbon intake on it. What do we got next? Oh hell yeah, S20. So that's your PCG10, which is the loosely known as Hakosuka in Japan and everywhere else. So this is probably their first twin cam engine. Got two proper cams in there. Hati cam chain. And this one we're doing the steel cranks back then as well, which is a leap ahead of what everyone else was doing. We've got a big angle on the valves. Good for making power. Weber carbs. Awesome motor, really solidified Nissan's fucking place in the racing market. Probably says here that they oh no, it doesn't say, but they actually won a lot of fucking races with this motor. They beat all the RX3s, they beat all the 40 Escorts, they beat everyone. And then they won for like 6 seasons straight with that motor. And then a few years ahead, so that was 69, we're up to 83 now, so we're still running the change-over twin cam on the FJ20. Awesome motor, 190 horse. This thing here was only making, well, NA 160 horse, so it's a pretty good motor. Whereas this one here, you're tubed, 190 horse. So crossflow, turbo's on the other side. It's got the 20E style and 30E style injectors with the rubber hose on it, which was the trend at the time. This is a fucking strong motor, man. These come with a T3 top turbo as well. As you can see in there, it kind of looks the same as a 20-lit turbo. These don't have the ceramic wheel though, this is a steel wheel. Still same sort of deal though. Awesome motor. VK50 V8 5 litre, I've never seen one of these before. Plastic rocker covers, catalytic converters, electronic throttle bodies, plastic manifold. Fucking heaps of cam chains in these as well. They've got about 5 cam chains in them. Pity it doesn't have a cutaway. They're pretty solid motor. The VK56 is a good motor, just a little bit bigger. Direct injection 2 litre VR30 DDTT out of one of those fucking nice looking Infinity 3 litre twin tube. Pretty much, yeah, all covered in plastic and fucking all of that. So it's quite complete, it's got all the looms. Oh, and obviously you've probably heard of this one. 280 horse. This one's out of the R34, being a red top, that's fairly obvious. Yeah, this motor really solidified Nissan as being the king of the 4-drive fucking market. The differs in the sump for the front end. 2 turbos, both the same size. those are T25s, so it's a little bit smaller than the singles we've seen on the FJ and the L20 wherever they went. Over there. But yeah, fucking beauty, good motor. The R34 is a fucking badass car. They've all got the same injectors though, all the way through the GDRs. 6 throttles. No VVTi or VCT as it's called on any of the 26s. You'll see on the HKS models they've got a thing that goes in here and it bolts on through there, and they use a Subaru solenoid, a Subaru cam gear thing to make it all change. This has got fully advanced timing as well, which is a bit of a worry. Fucking S14, SR20, 220 horse. These go good. So this is T28. Pretty much the same turbo as the GDR. Slightly bigger trim though, makes a little bit more flow. I got one of these in my SR180. Boosh! Fuck, that's dope. Perspex fan, Perspex covers, special for the museum I guess. I don't think that thing would hold together. 280 horse, so this thing makes the same power as a GDR. LZ32, it was a big heavy car. This one's got the cutaway. So they're T25s as well. Just a bit heavier, these motors. Heading for the top. Yeah, Nissan Murano motor. This thing's turbo. Pretty gay. Oh, the CD20. We've got a little bit of diesel action here. The Serena. We're actually our rental car in Japan here is a Serena. 76 horsepower from this bad boy. So this is not crossflow. You got your diesel pump there. Mechanical fucking Bosch style VE pump, single overhead cam. Because it's out of a van, the fucking thing faces off to the back. Oh, I thought it was turbo, so this is a non-turbo CD20, regardless. And this looks like a diesel as well. Oh, the LD28, so all the fucking HQs in that you used to see in the back in the day that were Nissan swapped. There's one of these. So it's got the VE style pump as well. I thought it might have had the inline pump. Hell yeah. Yeah, these were a popular motor back in the day for swapping into fucking Fords and Holdens and shit like that. Again, non-turbo. Oh, well, that was that room. Fuck, that was pretty badass. This thing here's sick. Oh well, see you at the next room.